a quick 911 kind of conference call broadcast out there for everyone because it's been super exciting. Obviously, as he said, Seacret is on fire right now. I mean, it's just crazy. If you're not in the Operation90 to Ignite Facebook group, make sure that you search for that Operation90 to Ignite, and you add yourself. And it's you know, you're seeing people getting their mission 5, having success, winning all over the place, left and right. And so, you know, you definitely want to just be a part of the buzz, part of the excitement, catch the fever, and catch on fire. So we want to make sure that everyone's taking advantage of these promotions. We've never seen promotions like this in Seacret before. They are just so aggressive and so exciting, and we know that they are not only very rewarding, but they are the key to achieve your goals for Ignite. And that's a beautiful thing, is when you are running for your goals, when you're out there doing your 90-day run to the next convention to rank advance and get promoted and everything that you want to do, you know, you're going to get extra incentives along the way with everything that the company's put in place. And, you know, obviously our compensation plan is already phenomenal in itself. We've just added so many benefits to our customer program where agents are getting paid more, faster. We made the enhancements to Superstar, where now once you get your 4 customers or your 300 TPV, you are Superstar eligible forever. All you have to do is recruit one agent on your right and your left within 4 weeks of each other. You know, whether, it doesn't matter if it's outside of your 28 days, if it's 30 days later, you're not going to lose that TPV. You're always going to be able to hit Superstar. Now keep in mind that your extra $100 bonus, so the $200 Superstar bonus, is still within the first 28 days. But if someone doesn't make it, they're still Superstar eligible forever. So that's really exciting. Now let's recap on the promotion that the company has out right now, Operation 90, because we want everyone to win big with this promotion. Like I said, it's the key to getting everything that you want in Seacret for Ignite. First of all, we have Mission 5. And Mission 5 is, you know, you go out there and you sponsor, you know, we have 2 sets to mission sponsor, actually. So there's Mission 5 and Mission 20. So Mission 5 is you sponsor 5 new agents in the Mission 90 period, which is June 8th to September 13th. So you've got about 3 months total of this contest to get just 5 agents. And who can do 5? As Jesse McPherson says, anybody. As Jim Rohn says, anybody. So you can go out there and you can get 5 new agents in the next 90 days. I know you can. Or before you do that, you are going to get the Executive Watch. So the Executive Watch is something very exclusive. You know, you cannot buy this if you want to, and normally there's only one way for you to earn that watch, and that's to go executive. So what if you joined Seacret and you were already past executive when they even created the rank? Or what if you've got a spouse and you got one watch when you hit executive and they didn't get one? There was just nothing you can do, because you can't go out there and earn the watch any other way. You can't buy the watch. So this watch is highly coveted. It gives you access. It gives you access to exclusive events. You know, there might be parties in your local market. There might be even company events, like we just had Peak, and that gives you access to upper level, higher level training. There was a, you know, awesome pool party. It's one of the funnest, best parties that I've ever been to in Seacret since I've been a part of the company. And you had to have the executive watch to, you had to be an executive to participate. So this is how you can get the Executive Watch now, by accomplishing Mission 5, and you are going to get that watch. Now the second mission is Mission 20. So if you got your 5, you move on, you get 15 more before the Ignite convention. You are going to also get the Apple Watch. That's right. So you're going to get the real deal Secret Agent Watch for those of you that go all the way to Mission 20. So we all want to do it. The last is Mission Rank Advance. And when you accomplish Mission Rank Advance, you are going to get double or triple rank advance bonuses between bronze and diamond. So it starts at bronze. So obviously when you go executive, you're going to get the watch. If you do mission 5, you're going to get 2 watches. And if you reach the rank of bronze, you're going to get a double bonus for getting promoted to bronze. So instead of $250, you'll get $500 bonus. Now, if you rank advance twice, you get a triple bonus, which means the next rank that you hit, that bonus is going to be tripled. So let's say you went to bronze and you got $250. Now you hit Royale. Instead of $500, you're going to get $1,500, which means in total you'll have earned $2,000 in ranking bonuses, which is awesome. So that's what everybody wants to do, is get promoted for convention. Now, I don't want to go into every last detail because there is actually a recap video on these promotions which everyone should watch that Jesse McPherson did. So if you go into your back office, you click on the menu bar on the left, there's actually a whole tab dedicated to Operation 90. When you click on it, you'll see the flyer with all the details, you'll see the recap video. So go ahead and click on that video and watch, you know, all of the ins and outs, all of the fine line and all the details. There's not a lot of them, but it'll get you pumped up, it'll get you excited. Now, we don't want you to just focus on the results. We want to focus on the plan and how to get there. We're going to give you the action plan. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. So that you know exactly what to do. To achieve your goals, to win big, to achieve these missions, mission 5, mission 20, and mission rank advance. Now, obviously, we all want to get promoted and we want to rank advance, but all these missions actually build on top of each other. So obviously, you're not going to rank advance if you don't go out there and talk to people. You don't make new contacts and you don't bring people in. You've got to bring in new blood into the system right now, into your team. So no matter where you are, no matter what level, if you want to get promoted and you want to rank advance, that's what it's going to take. Talking to more people, getting more people, you know, into the system. So it is probably going to take somewhere between 5 and 20 recruits to get you to whatever your goal is for Ignite. You're going to have to add new blood. New blood is the lifeblood. You're going to have to add that to your business for you to get promoted. So, you know, but if you don't get your 5, you can't get your 20. So I don't know, you know, where the recruits lies for you to hit your goal, but you're not going to get to 20 for sure without getting 5. And 5 new recruits can change anyone's business. Now, we already determined anyone can do this, and it can change anyone's business. There's nothing that 5 recruits cannot solve. That's what I was always told in this industry, and it's certainly true. So whatever your issues, whatever your problems, wherever you're stuck, there's nothing that 5 recruits can't unstick you from. But you're not going to get the 5 for proper activity. So that's what we want to talk about, is what is the right activity? And that is, you know, exposing people to the secret. So we know this. If you want to get results, there's no other way than to share the product and the opportunity with people. And we know this through our system, our system for success, S4S. So through S4S, we know that if you go out there and you do 2 parties per week and you have 3 people per party, then you do that 4 weeks in a row. Then at the end of the 4 weeks, you will have put product on 24 people. Now, if 20% of those people become secret agents and 80% just become customers, or they're not interested and they don't get involved, you still end up with 4 agents with a pro pack. That's how the system goes. So what S4S is a formula, okay? So it's a ratio. Now, your ratios might be a little different. There might be a little give or take depending on, you know, how you're doing things. And we want to do a little bit of training at the end of this to make sure that you master your approach to maximize the results, get the results that you want. But nevertheless, if you don't know your ratios, and that's why you want to track so that you do know your ratios, right? Then you can use S4S as a starting place. And according to S4S, every 24 people equals 4 agents with pro packs, okay, about 1,000 BV. which means if 24 people equals 4 pro-pack agents, then every 2 parties with 6 people per party equals 1 agent with a pro-pack. Okay, so if every 2 parties or every 6 people equals 1 pro-pack, so you've got to put product on 6 faces to get wind, then that means, you know, to get to executive, okay, if I need 1,000 volume on the right and 1,000 volume on the left, then you need 2 parties on the right and 2 parties on the left, or in other words, you need to put product on 12 faces. So if it takes 12 faces for you to get executive, for you to recruit 2 people, then to get to bronze, you need to put product on approximately 24 faces, okay? So it's that simple. Everything comes down to putting product on people, and there's no way around it. And so that's what we want to measure, is the activity that's going to get you to the result. So if you want to get to mission bronze and you want to get to mission 5 and you want to accomplish that, then you need to know, well, okay, that you have to go out there and put the product on the right amount of people. So this is your challenge right here, okay? The challenge that we're giving you is a 30-day challenge. It's an assignment for you to go out there and focus on this activity only, and that's going to lead you to the result that you're after, which is accomplishing mission 5 and mission rank advance. Okay, so there are 3 parts to the challenge. The first one is to put product on 30 faces in 30 days. Go out there and get 30 new prospects in play this month. So this challenge starts tomorrow, July 1st through July 31st. And you need to turn in your faces on August 1st. So over the next 30 days, you know, it's not week to week, okay? It's in your own time, but over the next 30 days, get product on 30 faces in 30 days. And number 2, track your exposures and then take a photo. Okay, so once you've got that product on their face, take a photo to document it and then track it. Track what, if they came to a WOW party, if they came to a one-on-one party, a 5 wows in 5 minutes. So what we're going to do is track those exposures. We're going to get 30 prospects in play, and we're going to track the total number of exposures, okay? So I will go over exposures in a little bit, but here's what you're going to get if you take this challenge on, okay? So you already know what you're going to get when you accomplish mission 5 and mission 20 and mission rank advance, but here's what you're going to get if you take this challenge, this activity challenge, this assignment to put product on 30 faces in 30 days. If you complete 30 faces in 30 days, you will get 1 Ignite convention ticket. Okay, so you're going to get a ticket for yourself to go to convention or someone else on your team. It's not a cash value, it's an actual ticket for you to show up and be at the event. Now, why is this so awesome and exciting? Because you've got to be there. You want to be at this event. It's the only international event that we have all year, so people are coming from all over the world, from Korea, Japan, Australia, Mexico, Canada. Literally, the secret world is uniting at this event. And when you feel the power of that, of our international event, there's, our last one was crazy incredible, and that was just our national event. Plus, for the first time ever, we have our keynote speaker. We've never had a keynote speaker at any of our national, international events, and we have literally the best in the world. You've seen it on the promotional videos in the back office. John C. Maxwell is going to be there live, and you want to go down in history, say you were there, you heard it straight from his lips, you were in his presence in this, intimate setting compared to where you normally, hear from him, if you even got to hear from him live. Normally we just get mentored by him through his books and his tapes, which are incredible. So this is up to $159 value with that ticket. Of course, you want to put yourself in the future. If you are going to get promoted and you're going to be on stage, if you're going to accomplish mission 5 and mission 20, you want to cross that big stage in Arizona and get your limited edition Operation90 pin. So you're going to get pinned by our founders, by our CEO, Isaac Benchabat, on the stage in Ignite in front of all of the secret agents in the world and in front of John C. Maxwell. So if you're going to accomplish these missions and you can see yourself crossing that stage, and here's how you can put yourself in that position. Put yourself at convention first and foremost, and you can do that You know, this isn't anything that any result that you have to come up with. You just have to do the activity. You just have to put product on 30 faces and 30 days, and you are going to ignite. I'm going to take you there. I'm going to buy you a ticket. I'm going to make sure that anyone who goes out there and does the activity that it takes to be successful is going to be in the environment that it takes to be successful. Okay, so the first commitment is to make sure that you're registered and you have a ticket. And now you know what? You don't have to worry about it. That is in your hands. If you wanted to bring a spouse, if you already registered and you want to bring one of your key leaders, make sure that you get people there. Remember, every person that you get to our national event represents $1,000 per year in your business. So that's $1,000 I'm putting into your business by putting another ticket into your hand. And all you have to do is earn it. You don't have to win it. It's not a lottery. It's not based on you getting promoted. It's not based on you getting any sort of results except for the product, except for finding the people. That's all you have to come up with. Find 30 people you can put product on in the next 30 days and you're going to ignite. And if that doesn't excite you, you better watch that video every night before you go to sleep, because you're going to be, you'll be sleepless because it keeps you up. It gets you so excited. Now, there is another bonus prize, okay? So there's icing on top. In addition to the Ignite ticket, to the person who does the most exposures, they are going to get an exclusive special prize. I don't know if I should tell you, okay? Now this prize is something that you can't buy, so I can't even put a dollar amount on it. You know, it's literally priceless. And that is going to be a private coaching session with Miss Tiffany Malott and probably John Malott. So you are going to get private one-on-one coaching session at Ignite, and perhaps you know, the ability to develop ongoing access and mentorship with them. And that's what this is, okay? Access. Now, if you think about it, what do the most, you know, successful people have in the world? They have access. They have access to things that other people don't. And you get access to one of the number one income earner in Seacret in the entire United States. And not only that, but she's one of the top income earners. John and Tiffany Malott are on the top 100 list of network marketing earners in the world, okay? And they're not at the bottom of the list, okay? They're in the top 1/3, which is huge. So for you to get access, I mean, for people to go and learn from Eric Worre, other legends in the industry who have done what they've done, you know, it can cost $10,000 for a weekend, right? For a few days, for a few hours in their presence, and you are going to get direct one-on-one, not a conference, you know, a room full of people, but you're going to be able to ask your questions, you know, maybe use them for a three-way call, but you're going to get access. You're going to get this coaching session to find out what it takes to become $1 million earner, what it takes to become a Crown Royale in Seacret Direct. So there's only one, okay? So that is going to be to the person who not only gets their 30 faces in 30 days, you've got to do that, but whoever with those people, with those 30 prospects, does the most exposures, okay, in the period. So if we have ties, it's going to be whoever gets there first, whoever does the most exposures the fastest. So gets their 30 faces done and then does the most total exposures. And whoever, you know, let's say we have 100 exposures and 100 exposures, whoever got to 100 exposures first, and you're going to be tracking the dates, is going to be the person who gets that coaching session. So let's go over the rules for this, okay? You must get product on 30 faces. So all exposures count, but the person doesn't count as a prospect in play until you've got product on their face and you've documented that. All right, so we're going to count all exposures. We'll talk about exposures in a second. But you got to get product on their face. That's why you need to take a photo of that. And then you have to track it. So you want to take the photo to document it, but you also need to get their contact info, because this is about following up. So you're getting the prospect in play to know that we need to have their contact information, their name, their phone number, their email. Then you're going to track their exposures, the exposures that you take that person through. So someone might have come to a wow party or a 5 wows in 5 minutes, and that may or may not be their first exposure, and that's okay. All right, so let's say you introduce someone, you bump into them in the grocery store, and you have on yourself a nail buffer, so you buff their nail. Okay, that was one exposure because you exposed them to a third-party tool product. So you can go ahead and put that on your tracking sheet. It counts as an exposure, doesn't count as a face yet, okay? Now you text them the video, the 4-minute video, and they watch it, and they let you know that they watch it. That is 2 exposures. Now you do a 3-way call, and that third-party expert answers their questions, and they invite them to a wow party. So when they come to the wow party, now they've got product on their face, they've gone through a regimen. Now they count as a face, but not only that, you've done 4 exposures with them. So they had their nail buff, they saw the video, they had the 3-way call, they came to the wow party, they got product on their face. And it could start the other way around. You know, someone could come to a wow party, that might be their first exposure, and they count as a face. Then you do a 3-way call to maybe move that person to a 5 hours and 5 minutes where you can give them more information about the opportunity, go through the comp plan in a little more detail. Maybe they got into a webinar, the Vision Cast or something, where they learn more about the opportunity of recruiting webinar. And they've watched the compensation plan video as homework in their time. So maybe they've had 5 exposures after the wow party. It doesn't matter. They count as a face, and then you count the total exposures that you did with the person. So why do we want to do this? Because we want to take people through an exposure process. We'll train on that in a second. So lastly, so number 1, you're going to get product on 30 faces. You're going to track your exposures, and then you're going to turn in your weekly numbers to your upline bronze. Okay, so we're going to do, you know, an accountability, keep you in pace and in check. So you want to be monitoring your activity day to day, week by week. So you want to have, you know, your workout partner, and you want to have your upline, your closest upline support, you know, keeping you on track, cheering you on. So once a week, report your numbers, how many exposures, how many contacts did you add, how many exposures did you do with them, to your upline bronze, okay? Then at the end of the contest, you will turn in all of your tracking sheets to me. So email them to me you can take a photo and send it to me at konanicole@gmail.com. So KONANICOLE@gmail.com. So again, the rules are you must get product on 30 faces in 30 days. That will get you the Ignite convention ticket. Then track all of your exposures. The person who does the most exposures with their 30, you have to complete the 30. So if you did 100 exposures but you didn't get product on 30 faces, it doesn't count. But if you complete the 30 and you have the most exposures, then you're going to get a private coaching session one-on-one with John and Tiffany Malott. Turn in those tracking sheets turn in your numbers just on a call or whatever with your upline bronze, and turn in your tracking sheet at the end of the contest period, August 1st. That is the deadline. Okay, so why we're doing this, you have to, you know, what we want to do is we want to do this challenge so that you have the proper activity, so that, you know, you get what you want out of this, right? So when we go out doing these missions, mission 5 and mission 20, it's so that you can accomplish what you want in your business. You know, just to make it fun and to make it exciting and to give you more recognition, to give you more incentives to accomplish what you already want to accomplish. And so you're going to pick up the Apple Watch. You're going to get an exclusive pin on stage. You're going to get recognition. But you know, how we're going to do that is with this challenge, is through the activity. So I'm just giving you an extra incentive to do the activity. Just for going out there and doing the 30 days and 30 faces, you know, you're going to get a prize. But what you want to get out of the challenge is not just the prize. Okay, it's not just the convention ticket. It's not just the coaching. You know, obviously, with all of these prospects, you don't want to throw that activity away. You want to be converting that activity into customers and agents so that you accomplish the missions. Now, clearly, the focus of the missions is sponsorship. It's recruiting. So achieve the mission, you need to do the proper activity. So it's not just busy activity. It's not just running around there and, you know, okay, I'm just looking for a face, throw some mud on, take a picture, and I don't care what the results are because I'm just focused on the activity. You know, you're doing the activity, remember, to get the results, but we're just measuring the activity and rewarding it. To do effective activity, you need to use the right formula to get the right results. So if the result that you want is agents, okay, if you want to be recruiting, then you need to master your approach to maximize your results. Master your approach to, you know, dictate what the results are going to look like. So if you know, we know that people love the product. We know that if you put product on people, they're going to want it. So if you just go out there and you're focused on just putting the product on people and you're not mastering your approach, you're going to end up with probably a lot of customers, and you're going to do a lot of activity, and you're going to get to Ignite, which is great, and we want you there, but we want you to accomplish the missions. We want you to get your 5, mission 5. Because remember, 5 recruits can change anyone's business. 5 recruits can solve any problem. 5 recruits is going to get you on the big stage at Ignite. So you're not just going to be at Ignite, you're going to be on the stage with Isaac Benchabot getting your pin. Okay, so we want you to go all the way. So we want you to, take this, seriously, apply the right activity, the proper activity, effective activity, so that you control and dictate what your results look like. So here's the formula for turning those prospects in play into recruits. The formula is expose, demonstrate, third party. Expose, demonstrate, third party. Turn it into a mantra, memorize it, put it on your wall, put it on your bathroom mirror over and over and over. This is what you want to be doing: exposing, demonstrating, and third party. It's not just about the exposures, it's not just about the demonstrations, it's the whole formula put together. You want to be taking people, applying the formula to everyone that you put on sheet, so that you are converting those prospects in play into secret agents. Why? Because you want to recruit. Number 1, recruiting is an exposure process. That's why we're tracking exposures. And number 2, recruiting takes third party. So the point of this is to help you get the results that you're looking for by focusing on the activity that you need to do. But we're putting these parameters on the challenge to help you do the right activity, to help you master your approach. Okay, and that formula, again, expose, demonstrate, third party. So when we say recruiting is a process, what do we mean is that, the average person, anyone you put product on, they're going to love it. But they're going to want it. You can turn anyone into a customer for sure. But if you want to introduce someone to the opportunity and you want them to make a decision to get started with you, then the average person is not going to make a decision to get started until they've reached somewhere between 5 and 7 exposures. So when someone comes to a wild party, they've had a good time, they've loved the product, they've had enough exposure to make a decision to get started as a customer. But in order for them to get started as in the business and invest and do a blueprint and take time, cut out time from what they're doing, you are probably going to have to take them through a series of exposures. Now we have a series of exposures chart on the goldenstrategy.com. I don't know why I can't see. Let me pull it up for you. I can pull it. I wanted to pull it for you. But if you go to the goldenstrategy.com/resources, there's a page you need to pull up, print out, and that is the series of exposures chart. And it lists all of the exposures that there are. And you can also get this tracking sheet on that same page, the goldenstrategy.com/resources, and it says active prospect tracking sheet. So when you click on the active, you can print that out. It's a PDF file. But when you look at this, you're going to see how what we're doing is just basically moving people from exposure to exposure. So we're moving them from being interested to making a decision about the opportunity. So we start with a small exposure. Like I said, it might be giving them a product to try. It might be buffing their nail. It might be demonstrating the peeling gel. It might be showing them before and after photos, okay, as a third-party tool. And then you're going to move person from exposure to exposure, and that's how you're going to move them to making a decision. So this is why we want to track how many exposures you're doing. So when you are putting those 30 people in play means they are anywhere in that exposure process. They haven't said yes, they haven't said no. They are one of your active prospects, okay? They're an active prospect. Now, obviously, when they become an agent, they're an active agent. So until they've made a decision, they're somewhere on that chart, they are on your active prospect list. And what we want to have is 30 people on that active prospect list in the next 30 days that are moving through the series of exposures. So you're going to track what exposures you've done with each person on the active prospect tracking sheet. And all you have to do, it has all the exposures listed on there, is write down the date in which you did which exposure. So if on one day they watch the product video, write down that date. If the next day they watch the opportunity video, write down that date. If they did a three-way call, write down that date. Okay, as exposures. So you could have one person in play and have done, 7 exposures with that person. So if you get, 30 people in play and you do 5 exposures with each of them, you'll have 150 exposures at the end of this challenge. And that's what we're looking for. It's not just putting the product on people, but taking those people through the entire exposure process. It's like you can't just go out there and throw the seed. And if you just throw the seed on the ground and you leave it, then someone else is going to pick up your seed. You're going to leave it for the birds. They're going to come and eat it, and you're just going to give a free meal to someone else. You go out and you do exposures and you don't follow up with those exposures, you don't cultivate them, you don't develop them, then you're leaving them for someone else's meal. Someone's going to come up and follow up on the exposure that you didn't follow up and recruit your agent instead. Or you leave that seed out to die. Maybe they were interested, maybe they loved it, but you just never followed up. Fortune is in the follow-up. So we want to get these people in play, and then we want to follow up with them, and we continue to follow up. It's not just follow up one time. Are you ready? Do you want it? Did you like it? Do you want to get started? Following up to move them through the series of exposures. Okay, so we're tracking exposures. Now, recruiting takes third party. The other reason that we are using tracking the exposures is because everything is about third party. That is what it takes to recruit people into this. Now, no matter what, you might be really good, you might be great at signing people up, okay, but that's not recruiting, because recruiting takes duplication. When you recruit someone, they are going to do whatever you did to them. So if they can't, right, then they're going to give up. And so this isn't about having a part-time job where, you're great at bringing people in. If you don't have duplication, you're going to just be great at bringing people in forever. If you want to retire someday, if you want to build a massive business like John and Tiffany Malott, like Joshua Denny, if you want to become a diamond, you're going to have duplication, okay? And the only way you're going to have duplication is if you rely on third party. Now, what is third party? Anything but you. Okay, so if you are talking, if you're the one that they're looking at, then you are not using third party. If you're on the phone telling them how awesome, party, not duplicatable, okay? If you want to be recruiting them, then you want to be pointing to something else if you're talking. So you want to be pointing to a before and after photo. You want to be demonstrating product. You want to be pointing to the stories in the videos, having them watch a video, having them, the product is a tool. The product is something other than you. And that's what we love about Seacret, is we say the product sells itself. What's so wonderful about this? Why can anyone do it? Because anyone can lean on the product. Anyone can rely on the results, the wow factor of our products. So you want to be relying heavily on third party so that this duplicates, in spite of you and despite you, so that you can grow, a huge, massive business. And that's what we're after, is getting you actually promoted. So now think about it. If you want to get to, mission rank advance, and you want to rank advance 2 or 3 times, you might be able to do it yourself if you're just, but if you want to go to bronze, if you want to go to Royale, and you want to go beyond, if you want to go to the top of the comp plan, you're going to have to help other people do what you're doing. And the only way they can do that is if they're relying on a system. And the system is the series of exposures, okay? We introduce people to the product and the opportunity through third-party tools. And our best third-party tool is, of course, the product. That's what you should start leading with. That's why we are doing product on 30 faces in 30 days. But move them continuously from one to another. So we know you're great at putting product on people. That's the easy part. We need to be hearing from you more. We need to be doing a 3-way call with all of these people that you're putting product on, so we can help you sponsor them so you can get mission 5. We want to help you, want to be part of your support team. So, if you don't know how to be the third-party expert, if you're a bronze or above, reach out to us and we'll help you. We'll practice with you. We'll role play. But, most of the time, most of us are available. So reach out, send out a, I'm just doing a 5 wows in 5 minutes, or, closing out a wow party, or I sent this person this video. Can you help me move them to the next exposure? If someone asks a question, that is your chance. That's your opportunity to not answer their question, right? But to do a 3-way call, to rely on third party. It's the perfect opportunity to use third party, is when somebody starts asking you questions. Even if you know the answer, use that to point to the next exposure. the next tool and use always something other than you, because anybody can do that. And then you're going to be able to not just accomplish mission 5, mission 20, but you're going to have people in your team accomplishing mission 5 and mission 20. In fact, people that you haven't even brought in yet are going to help you take this to the next level, because you're going to bring them into something so systematic that they're going to be able to do what was done to them, turn around and put people into the system, move them from exposure to exposure, and they're going to get promoted. So how awesome would it, accomplish the 30 days and 30 faces, get to Ignite, not just be crossing the stage, getting your pin, but having a lineup of people behind you, 5, 10 people on your team who got their 5, right? And then you'll realize the impact of this. So guys, that's it. That is the assignment. Get product on 30 faces in 30 days, track your exposures, okay? Again, these tools are at thegoldenstrategy.com/resources, thegoldenstrategy.com, or you can click on the tab resources, and you can print off the active prospect tracking sheet, and you can print off the series of exposures, and then follow the formula, okay? And stick with it. Remember, that is your mantra. Expose, demonstrate, third party. Go out there and get as many exposures done as you can. Demonstrate as much product as you can. Use as much third party as you can. Focus on that activity, and I promise you, you're going to win big. You're going to accomplish these missions. You're going to get these prizes, and you're going to be at Ignite. And I'm excited about that. We love you. We appreciate you, and see you there.